On this week's episode of Bayou Wild TV, we hit the road on some rural Arkansas landscape in search of speckle-bellies. We head to the Roost Hole Lodge in Stuttgart on an early season speckle-bellied goose mission with Arkansas County Duck Guide Service. Closed captioning is brought to you by Global Outdoors. Find your next adventure and share your experiences with others by downloading the Global Outdoors mobile app or visiting globaloutdoors.com. Every day, we strive to preserve traditions that have spanned generations.
Around every turn of the bayou, Mother Nature reveals unique people, places, and experiences.
And the bounty of animals and fish. Well, in Louisiana, we just call that lagniappe. I'm Don Dubuque.
I'm Chris LeCoq.
I'm Captain Martha Spencer. Join us as we document the adventure,
Sportsmanship,
and heritage that make us Bayou Wild.
Stuttgart, Arkansas is well known as the rice and duck capital of the world. Primarily rice farmland, this agricultural mecca attracts geese, ducks, and hunters by the flock. In no short supply with an abundance of corn, cotton, wheat, and grain crops. For 2 weeks before duck season, Arkansas has a special speckle-belly season, and it's definitely worth the drive.
We've got over 40,000 acres we can hunt on. We've got 33 blinds around the Stuttgart area. We're within 12 miles of town, and we've had some of the best hunting around here in Stuttgart.
As good as the waterfowl hunting is here in Stuttgart, perhaps the thing they're best known for across the world is, of course, the World Duck Calling Championship. This is the place that hosts it year after year. You might recall on one of our previous episodes we hunted with Mike Smith. Mike Smith is a 5-time Louisiana State Duck Calling Champion, but he's failed to ever claim the world title. Fred Parnell, back in the 1950s, I believe, was the last Louisiana man to win a World Calling Championship here in Stuttgart.
Today we had a bluebird day, cool temperatures, but we must have seen 10,000 geese at least in the last 24 hours, and that alone just says the weather doesn't really matter that much. When it comes to shooting geese, I really enjoy it. I like seeing the numbers, I like having the time to watch them fly, I like listening to them, and this is definitely the place to come to do that. Roland Cortez is another South Louisiana Cajun who migrates to Stuttgart every winter to guide goose and duck hunts. He's an award-winning waterfowl caller who has made Stuttgart home for the winter for many years now.
Back around 2000, I started contest calling. Made it up here, won a state contest or a regional. Been up here since then.
Get it.
Coming up, speckle-bellied goose hunting from the duck capital of the world.
It's time to register for the summer-long CCA Star. Star is Louisiana's largest fishing tournament with 25 divisions and over $500,000 in prizes up for grabs. And new this year, any CCA members who have their Star ticket before May 14th will be entered to win a brand new 195 XTS Nautic Star paired with a Mercury 115 4-stroke and trailer. You have to be in to win. Register today at ccastar.com.
One of the reasons why Double D has been around for 50 years is because we are consistent with what built the business. And we go to great lengths to make sure that when you bring a deer or a hog or whatever it may be, your meat stays your meat all the way through the process. But we want to be as true to the original intent, which is a local meat company. And that's something that we want to maintain for as long as the Lord lets us do it.
Closed captioning made possible by Explore Kayak Adventure Company. Fishing, sightseeing to photography tours, everything to make your paddling adventure happen. See Explore Kayak Adventure Company on Facebook and Instagram.
I've never really been to, I don't know what you'd consider this, the Midwest or southern states up, away from the water, but I've always heard of Stuttgart and I've never been to Arkansas. But there is a reputation here for the hunting, and it's always been a place that's been on my radar. I just never had the invite. So when a few months back Don said that Roland Cortez invited us to come up and shoot speckle-bellies, I was all for it.
Up here, we have so much ground to hunt on that we hunt different birds almost every day. So it really helps us out on staying consistently, killing specks every day.
Whoa, did you see that splash? Good girl. She's so happy.
I mean, we've got, like I said, over 40,000 acres of ground to hunt on, so we pretty much can go anywhere we want to chase speckle-bellies, and that's what helped us a lot.
I like it as much as duck hunting, and there's things about it I like more than duck hunting, and not just because the birds are a little slower and easier for me to hit, but what's neat about it is you get to really enjoy watching the birds, which I feel like we kind of miss out a little bit with ducks.
Today we really had high expectations. I mean, since opening day, they've been limiting out every day and pretty much in short order. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Woo! He about worked me to death. Yeah, it's just good. I just want to do that.
You know, Arkansas is one of the biggest rice producers in North America. And some speckle-bellies come here for the rice, and you know, there's beans here, but it's mostly for rice. And then there's so much ground up here that there's not a blind in every field, so the pressure here is not as bad as what it is. And I do believe that, you know, farming practices have changed over the last 20 years, and it's made a big difference on speckle-bellies as well as duck.
You know, speckle-bellied goose hunting is really an incredible experience, and one of the things about hunting the way we did, which was a completely encased blind, and that's very important because when they come over, they just don't come in and sit right down on top of you. They're going to make a lot of passes and a lot of circles, and there's a lot of eyeballs.
So concealment is very important, because if you're not on the X, you know, not being concealed, you know, would make a big difference in not killing, you know, your limits of birds.
It's like being in an eggshell. You're down in here and you're hearing it going on, and you're hearing directions front, back, right, left. But when that gate pops open and you jump up, it's like you hatched out of an egg in a whole new world, and you got to find those birds before you can get on them and shoot them.
Oh, he's low. He's ready. Attaboy!
Simultaneous shot. I only heard one shot and three people shot. And I think that even adds to the fun and the challenge of speckle-belly hunting.
This was an African blackwood rifling. I'll just do a little bit of two-note. I try to mimic what I hear. If the bird's doing a two-note drumming, I'm just going to keep on doing what he's doing. I'm going to talk his language. If he's there, you know, blip, blip, I'm going to keep doing the same. And that's pretty much the language, you know. That bird will say two notes. You just keep that language back and forth with him, you know, until you harvest the bird.
There was no disappointment here. I mean, we saw the big flocks early before we got in the blind, and then like clockwork, the second we finished, hundreds of them flew in. So it's almost as if they knew we had a camera on them. But limiting out, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, but I feel like up here it might happen a lot more than in other places.
Speckle-belly are the filet mignon of the sky, for me. I mean, they're delicious on table fare. I'd rather eat them than any other bird.
Coming up, Chef John Folse is cooking up goose breast orange marmalade with our special guest.
Delta Marina is Plaquemines Parish fishing one-stop. Get live bait, fuel, ice, tackle, and marine supplies. Then launch into the world's most productive saltwater fishing. Return to the fishing cleaning station, relax in first-class cabins overlooking the bayou, all in Delta Marina's safety video-monitored parking lot. Need a fishing charter guide? Delta Marina can hook you up. Cook your catch in your kitchenette or dine in the upstairs restaurant. Visit Delta Marina for a day or a week. Stop in just off Highway 11 down Rosemary Drive in Empire. Visit thedeltamarina.com.
At Parish Coffee, we wanted to create a coffee brand that people would love to drink every day. Our medium roasts are nice, bright, nutty coffees. Our dark roast coffees are smooth and rich. I think it's important for consumers to recognize that sometimes it's your neighbor that you're supporting. People can go to parishcoffee.com to find the entire selection of coffees.
Don't be that guy, unregistered, who catches a tagged bass and misses out on cash, a boat, or a truck. Don't be that guy. Sign up today at basscashbash.com.
Welcome to White Oak Estate and Gardens. We are here with guest host Sharon Lecoq, our wonderful producer cameraman's mother, and of course everybody knows Chef John Folse. You know, hunting season is wrapping up. We've gone through the conservation hunts. Geese, tons of people love shooting them, but we need different ways to cook them.
It's one of those, it's definitely one of those game birds that people love to hunt. And you get the phone calls, hey, would you like some geese?
You want some geese? I got 200
I got plenty of geese. I got plenty of geese. No, I got a freezer full of geese. Anyway, so what we're going to do today, of course, we're using the breast. Obviously, immediately, oh, that's gamey. That's really gamey. Well, you know what? We're going to take care of that because it's really not that gamey. We're going to make it much less in a minute here.
It's the ribeye of the sky.
Yeah, ribeye in the sky. That's exactly right. So we have our black iron skillet. We're going to put a little oil in it right there. And while you hold that, if you pick that up right here, I'm going to season it. Right? And I'm going to just go ahead and put some salt. No, that's not too much. It's not too much. Pepper, of course. You want to season food. It doesn't come seasoned. I tell people all the time.
And it is an accurate nickname because you know, when you've eaten speckle-belly, anybody that has knows that it's superior, and it just tastes, it tastes like red meat. It tastes like beef almost.
Now I'm going to add a little bit. If you take that breast and just dust it in there for me, just that's good, and give it right back to me.
Now, Sharon, you've cooked speckle-belly at your holidays this year, correct?
Yes. In fact, Christopher did for us.
Wonderful.
Chris made a wonderful appetizer for us.
Yeah, and how do you, what did he do? Just sliced breast and sauteed it? Or?
Yeah, and put it on a little crostini, and we put it in the oven with some other.
Yeah.
I think cheese was involved.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with cheese.
Oh, yeah, always. Okay, so we're going to let that kind of brown. I've dusted a little bit, salt, pepper, granulated garlic. And now I'm just going to, I have to get that caramelization on the outside. But you see how hot my skillet is? I'm not playing around. I'm not putting it in a cold skillet.
Right.
So why don't you turn those over? We just put them in, and you'll see, look how brown they are. How long they been in? Maybe a minute?
We're going
to let that just kind of sit in there for a minute. I'm going to add the vegetables. Okay, so we got typical vegetables again. Just kind of throw them all down in there.
Garlic, pepper, celery.
Yeah, just kind of putting them all down in there. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit stock. I have a little game stock here. Here's my orange juice.
Direct from White Oak Estate.
See that right off of my orange trees out there. Y'all, I'm going to put the lid on the top of that. It's going to go into that 350-degree oven. It's going to tenderize. The citrus is going to just thicken in the pot. Lock the screen door. Lock the screen door, y'all.
I'm Courtney Hammonds on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I've spent hundreds of hours practicing piano. That preparation paid off when I won a couple of talent awards and the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is a fuel for our future.
You're watching Bayou Wild TV, award-winning outdoor programming. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or visit the website BayouWildTV.com to watch past episodes.
It's time to register for the summer-long CCA Star. Star is Louisiana's largest fishing tournament with 25 divisions and over $500,000 in prizes up for grabs. And new this year, any CCA members who have their Star ticket before May 14th will be entered to win a brand new 195 XTS Nautic Star paired with a Mercury 115 4-stroke and trailer. You have to be in to win. Register today at ccastar.com.
Welcome back. We're with Chef John Folse and Sharon Lecoq, our cameraman, producer's wonderful mother. We're finishing up our goose breast, orange goose breast.
Oh, look at that. We have the orange marmalade in there. Now you just go ahead and put the that's the marmalade right there. Dump it right on in the pan there. We have our orange juice, so of course, and you've heard all of your life that game really loves citrus, right? And that's why we put so much citrus in here. And we're just gonna put a 350-degree oven. That'd be the best one. Leave it in there about an hour and a half. I'm going to tell you, that's a really great dish. And if you like speckle-bellied, you're going to love this dish.
And if you like other geese, or maybe you don't, try it. You'll probably learn to like it more.
No, absolutely.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a non-profit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Want to be seen on a Bayou Wild episode? Sign up for our Cajun Invasion wild pheasant hunt in the remote hills of South Dakota in mid-November. Bad River Bucks and Birds provides lodging, meals, transportation, dogs, and bird cleaning. Details at dontheoutdoorsguide.com.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Arkansas has a early speckle-bellied season, which this year we got 16 days to hunt. Before we've had 5 days, so they're kind of experimenting with it, but the early speckle-bellied season is great up here. I mean, as you can tell this morning, and there's been a lot of geese in the area, and it's only getting better and better up here. Let's get it.
Martha's determined to say that when she has a gun in her hand, the birds go away. So we switched our luck up a little bit. Gave me the gun, Martha's on camera. See how it goes.
Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him.
You gotta bend with your knees.
Do squats.
Occasion CrossFit.
Well, today was a speckle-bellied goose hunt in Stuttgart, Arkansas, and I got to tell you, Stuttgart has always had a reputation of being the mallard capital of the world and some excellent duck hunting.
When you don't have a gym and you need to get a workout, come to Arkansas.
I think especially for people from Louisiana, where we're seeing our habitat degrade and our migrations get less and less every year, I think the potential for Louisianians to make the short trip up here to Arkansas to goose hunt and duck hunt and all waterfowl really is really great.
With another adventure in the books, we can't help but be excited to return to Stuttgart in search of mallards and geese. The small town charm and miles of rice fields will always find more than just waterfowl migrating in to enjoy, keeping us Bayou Wild.